Plopsaland is a theme park in Belgium operated by Studio 100. The park was previously owned by a honey company, hence the bee mascot. It is very much a park for younger children. However, the park is starting to tap into other markets, with the most recent addition being one of the more insane roller coasters on the planet, Ride to Happiness. Ride to Happiness, which is why we're here, and it's going to be totally nuts. Can't wait. It's going to be a rainy day, but we'll make the best of it. The Tomorrowland Music Festival themed roller coaster has some of the strongest negative G's that you'll ever experience, and it's of course where we would start our day. I really don't recommend starting at the Ride to Happiness if you're here to get every coaster, as it is one of the shorter lines throughout the day, but we were a bit too excited, so we really just went here first and had to get a couple rides in, and what an incredible ride it is. The roller coaster features theming throughout the queue and a custom soundtrack. The layout has a bunch of new elements, and with the added spinning feature, you really are experiencing a one-of-a-kind ride that doesn't feel like anything else on the planet. Forces are felt in every direction as you go up and down extremely steep hills, and there's never really a straight moment of track after that first launch. As with many MACK rides, my opinion on the pacing of the ride is that it's not too good. There's some odd breaks in the action and just areas of the layout that can be quite mundane, like before the second launch and also the end of the ride. This is one ride that doesn't really build on the adrenaline as it progresses through the layout. It just throws all the best parts at you right after each launch and then kind of fizzles out until the end. Just got off this insane ride, the Ride to Happiness. It's totally wild. The music is like amazing. A little bit of roughness, which is unfortunate. It comes with MACK rides, but if you've been on Time Traveler, this is like not even close to comparable. It's so much more intense.
It was like nothing I've ever experienced before.
Yeah.
It was my first extreme spinning coaster.
And yeah,
I really like the top hat. It has a mix of airtime and sideways forces.
But yeah, the Ride to Happiness is sick. If you are able to ride it, go and check it out.
The Gerstlauer launch coaster is very similar to Daredevil Dive at Six Flags Over Georgia. However, this ride features over-the-shoulder restraints, and if you are tall, it can be really one of the most uncomfortable rides out there, with the restraints really just digging into your shoulders quite harshly. It's smooth, but it's not one that I personally would want to ride again, and I'd take the lift hill version at Six Flags any day.
And overtake! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, the trees are crazy. Whoa! Whoa!
Wow, the shoulder harness is really painful. There's also a copy of a coaster that a few people might be familiar with from Fun Spot Orlando. This is White Lightning. Heidi the Ride, this version is without the 90-degree bank at the far turnaround. White Lightning seems to run a bit better, but the added theming here is a really nice touch. A splash boat ride by MACK Rides, the Super Splash, takes place right under the Ride to Happiness Lagoon, which gives some really cool viewpoints of the ride as it goes over you and you're in this boat. It also has a pretty unique elevator lift. The park also has a number of smaller roller coasters for families and kids. It brings the total number of coasters here at Plopsa to 7. I'd actually skip a couple credits here to continue to ride the Ride to Happiness since I just felt it was more worth my time. This is a very fun coaster, and it's pretty cool how just every single ride is very, very different. There's moments that you really want to be spinning a certain way or faced a certain direction through certain elements, and it just changes the ride completely. There's plenty of play areas and slower moving attractions at the park, as it was completely geared towards kids just a short time ago. The log flume is also worth your time here. Dino Splash. It's well grown in, it features some very nice theming, and along with this water ride, it's also worth finding the indoor boat dark ride, Plopsaland. There's not a lot to talk about this park if you are a coaster enthusiast. You come here to ride Ride to Happiness, and this huge investment really created quite the buzz around the world. It really is worth the visit here just for this coaster, and while you can easily spend a whole day getting all of the credits at this park, if I were to return, I'd just focus on a half day at the park and really just take on Ride to Happiness as many times as I could. Nothing else in the park really excites me too much. It's a well taken care of park, but it is still very kid-centric throughout. Even though the past 10 to 15 years, they really are in this phase of transitioning the park to fit a much wider demographic. And when the next big ride opens, it will be even better. Like I briefly mentioned earlier, if you're here to get on every roller coaster, the lines build up very quickly and the capacity is not very large on a lot of the family coasters. So make your way to the nearest family coasters quick and get them all out of the way immediately in the morning, or you really will be waiting an hour for each of them later in the day. This is a park that you need to arrive early to, or you will be sorry.
Well, that is it from Plopsa, Japan. I'm walking through the middle of the fountain, and it's getting me. Oh no!
That was it for Belgium. We were headed back towards Paris, and our next stop would be Parc Bocas, which is just in the northern side of France as we made our way down. So, until next time at that small family park, thank you as always for watching, and see ya.
Bradley made us stop to a fair. Ah! So I'm eating dinner right now. On a dragon wagon. Yeah!